The next postgame show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. Tonight against Toronto, Josh Hart another start, and since he's been a starter, the Knicks are now 4-0. Hart went for 20 points, and he had 12 rebounds. Mikal Bridges also in double figures with 14. In fact, every Knicks starter double figures. Add Jordan Clarkson in double figures off the bench. So the Knicks get lots of balance and blow out the Raptors 116-94. We're going to talk to Deuce McBride here in a couple of moments. In the meantime, great to have you with us, Bill Pidto, along with Wally Szczerbiak. 25 offensive rebounds for the Knicks, most they've had in a game since 2019, and they're now 10-1 here at home.
That's how you take advantage of no Jakob Poeltl, the starting center for the Raptors. Load management on a back-to-back. He wasn't out there, and the Knicks saw the opportunity to dominate the glass. They did it. I love the way they started the game. 9 threes in the first quarter. Just came out moving the ball, playing with aggressiveness. They are very comfortable here at the world's most famous arena. Now 10-1. They are just on lockdown, playing great basketball here at home, feeding off the crowd. Bench was great. Deuce McBride continues to shoot like an absolute flamethrower, the way he's lighting up the Garden. That was a fun game to watch, despite the Raptors making it interesting a little bit in the third quarter.
Wild swings. Knicks up 24 in the first half. Raptors cut it to 3 in the third quarter, and then the key run. Knicks up 3, go on a 16-1 run to blow it open again.
Wild swings like his blood sugar level, like your blood sugar level, Bill.
Well, you're not helping that.
Hey, that's part of the NBA. You know, the Knicks built themselves a 24-point lead in the first half. They gave it up, and then Toronto, they came within 3 in that third quarter. Emmanuel quickly got hot from the three-point line, just nailing triples all over the place. He was 4 for 10 from deep. And at one point, Mike Brown had to call a timeout, quickly started skipping and talking, but then it was Josh Hart and company, just went on a 16-1 run in that third quarter. You're going to leave Josh Hart this wide open, he's going to make you pay. 4 threes, 4 for 7 from the three-point line. Stifling lockdown defense held the Raptors to 94 points. Mikal Bridges with this theft, leading to the pick-6 dunk. Jalen Brunson here in the corner misses, but Josh Hart gets that extra rebound. 25 offensive rebounds. You said it. 25 in a game. Some teams don't even get 25 rebounds for a whole entire game on both ends of the floor, and the Knicks had 25 offensive rebounds. Just an outstanding effort. How about the swing? Jordan Clarkson, unselfish. Josh Hart, great pass, my man. And he knocks down that corner triple.
All right, so the Knicks outshoot the Raptors from 3, 16-11. Note the rebounds. 61 for the Knicks, 42 for the Raptors. And again, worth pointing out again, the Knicks with 25 offensive rebounds. Here now with Deuce McBride. Deuce, thanks so much for stopping by. So you guys go up by 24, they cut it to 3, and then you end up blowing them out. How do you explain the wild swings that we saw in this game?
First off, all glory to God putting me in this position. But, you know, it's a game of runs. And, you know, we punched first, they punched second, and, you know, we punched last. So we just want to make sure we're continuing to stay more consistent through that game of runs.
So you go 4 of 8 from downtown. You're 14 for your last 20 from 3. Why have you been so hot?
Man, preparation, you know, trusting in God, trusting in my preparation to get to this point. You know, just shooting with confidence. My teammates are finding me, so it's real easy.
You guys have won 4 in a row over the stretch. You're only giving up 101 points per game. What is key to defense?
Man, our coach is getting us ready for the game. You know, we're locked in through film, through our walkthroughs and practices. I feel like they've done a really great job in preparing us.
Deuce, thanks so much for dropping by, and congrats on another great game.
Appreciate it.
Wally, Coach Mike Brown said pregame he wasn't aware that McBride was such a great shooter. He's a really good shooter.
You think? And this is why the Knicks made that trade to let Quickly go, because they knew they had McBride in their back pocket and had the ability to knock down shots at a high clip, high rate, playing with Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, and Karl Anthony Towns. Those guys draw a lot of attention, and Deuce McBride does not hesitate. He can shoot off the dribble. He's great in the catch-and-shoot situations. He led the team in minutes. That is huge. That shows you that how much trust Mike Brown has in Deuce McBride. And I remember this coaching staff, Mike Brown included, they prepare you to the max. just to get ready for teams with their prep work on film and with their prep work through walkthroughs, with all the coaches going over all the actions, you can tell that this team is really absorbing what Mike Brown is teaching on the defensive end of the floor.
It's gotten a lot better. Let us now say hello to Monica McNutt. As always, she helped call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. What are you thinking about Monica after watching the win?
I really like the focus that this team is playing with as a collective. I think Josh Hart is a great indicator of things moving well. I mean, we were on triple-double watch. He was 3 assists shy of reaching that number. And actually, Gershon Yabusele, who was our radio post-game interview, he talked about the way that the ball is moving and the energy that this team is playing with. And to Wally's point, the confidence that they are continuing to develop through preparation.
Yeah, Josh Hart was outstanding, just moving the ball all over the place, getting all those loose balls, the offensive rebounds, the big-time rebounds. I was hoping he would get to that triple-double too, Monica, but he'll take the nice little 22-point win. You can see he's re-energized when he's out there in the starting lineup with Karl Anthony Towns, with Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride. The pieces fit absolutely perfectly. He'll take on any challenge that Mike Brown asks him to take on. And boy, has he really stepped up big with no OG Anunoby. That's a devastating injury for the Knicks, how important Anunoby is to this lineup. But, you know, Josh Hart, since he's gotten into that starting lineup, the Knicks are 4-0. They're on a 4-game winning streak. And you can tell he's really comfortable doing whatever this team needs. And what I'm most impressed with, Bill, is the effort. I mean, his effort is just stifling the way he plays at a high energy level every single game.
He's also shooting the ball a lot better, 4 of 7 from downtown. Monica, how about Mitchell Robinson? 15 rebounds in 17 minutes of playing time.
Hold on, I need some glasses. You sure about that? 'Cause I didn't register that.
Am I right? I'm right.
How's that possible?
Hold on, Mitchell Robinson.
Yes.
Yep, 15 and 16.
Yeah, get some glasses. I got mine. They work.
I need to borrow those. You're absolutely right. But listen, I think we've talked about good teams, folks been able to be stars in their roles. And tonight, guys, not necessarily the signature line you see from Karl Anthony Towns. He's put together a couple of games that are less than his signature, right? Even Jalen Brunson only had 10 in the first half. Ultimately, a solid game from him. Quietly, Mikal Bridges, 6 of 10 from the field, good for 14 points. But Mitchell Robinson, to your point, everybody is starring in their role. Like, we could go down this box score. We've already talked about Josh Hart, but you could even talk about Tyler Kolek and the minutes that he got and the minutes that Yabusele got this evening. So I think, and to be on this win streak, and to your point, Wally, be without OG Anunoby, to be without Landry Shamet, who had developed into a key rotation sort of guy, I'm excited about sort of the fortitude and the equity that is continuing to be built with this team in this season.
All right, guys, time now for tonight's thrilling moment, brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. The Knicks franchise record, Wally, for most threes made in a quarter is 10. First quarter tonight, they made 9. They went 9 of 14 from downtown in the first quarter.
It all started with Deuce. Deuce was loose in that first quarter. Just got the Knicks off to a great start. 3 early ones, and then everyone just started knocking them down. Mikal Bridges, 3-ball. Jalen Brunson, 3-ball. The ball movement, the body movement, just getting the Raptors completely heads on a swivel. Didn't know where those threes were coming from. And now Jordan Clarkson's starting to kind of fill into his role and get comfortable. Yabusele nailing that corner 3. It was just great to see all the different guys contribute. Monica brought up a great point. No OG, no Landry Shamet. Landry Shamet's a shooter, a big part of this team at the beginning of the season. It's great to see how other guys have stepped up to fill that void with those 2 major injuries.
Monica, what do you think?
I mean, I agree. I think it was funny. Obviously, in the arc of a basketball season, you bear in mind this team had a game last night. But when the Knicks came out hitting all them threes in the first quarter, I said, this defense was holding teams under 32% from three-point line. Where? Is this your king? Because I do not see that team in terms of the defense that the Raptors were able to put forth tonight. But to me, again, continuing to play with confidence and capitalize the opportunity to be here at home. Obviously, the next road trip, or road game, I should say, short trip up to Boston, that's the team that ended the run, the 13-game win streak for the Detroit Pistons. And obviously, there's plenty of history between these two organizations. So this confidence still needs to travel, because Boston, Jaylen Brown's having a great year. That whole crew, that fan base, they will have a level of pride and certainly want to knock the Knicks out of this momentum.
All right, Monica, as always, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
Welcome back, everyone. So the Knicks Tuesday at Boston, home against the Hornets Wednesday. Focus in on a week from Tuesday. They'll be at Toronto. That's an NBA Cup quarterfinal game. It's an elimination game. We have it for you. Pregame at 8. game at 8:30. Knicks and Raptors again. A lot on the line at Toronto on the 9th, a week from Tuesday night. We're standing by for the postgame comments from Knicks coach Mike Brown as this Knicks blow out the Raptors tonight by 26. 116-94 was the final. Stay with us, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. Knicks tonight beat the Raptors 116-94. They got up to a great start, 9 of 14 from 3 in the first quarter, and they end up winning it by a huge count at the 116-94. Mikal Bridges, a couple things that stand out to me this year. His efficiency, 6 of 10, 14 points, and what he's doing on defense. 2 more steals and 2 more block shots tonight.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. I mean, those stocks are compiling every single game, and you're right. The 50, 40, 90 percentages that he's shooting, he's about 80, 85 from the free throw line, but his threes and his field goals are up around 50 and over 40, and that's just outstanding basketball. He's taking good shots. That's the thing about this offense. It generates good looks, and when you're a high-quality shooter and you take the shots you know you can make, you're going to shoot these kind of percentages and, you know, get a couple steals that lead to easy dunks. I think this year he's getting more easy looks at the basket. He's taking the ball to the basket a little bit more, driving, getting some layups. He's just been outstanding, and his durability is very important with key injuries like Landry Shamet and OG Anunoby right now, because you know Mikal Bridges is going to always take the toughest assignment defensively. Now, he locked up Brandon Ingram tonight, did a great job on him, held him way under his average, only 14 points, and he really struggled shooting. That's what Mikal Bridges brings, both ends of the floor basketball, elite level.
You mentioned OG Anunoby. Mike Brown pregame said Anunoby, who has been out a couple of weeks with a bad hamstring, is back on the court working 3-on-3, but there is no timetable for his return. But with him out, you've got Deuce, who is making the most of his opportunity, another big game as we've talked about, and Josh Hart in the starting lineup. Now, these two guys who were on the bench have excelled as starters, and that's really helped the excellent recent play of the team.
It's really helped, and I think when you have the core of Brunson, Cat, and Bridges, then you have pieces that plug in there. You have a lot of guys that relish the opportunity to play with those three, because those three guys on the floor, they attract so much attention. They make the game easy, and the Knicks have a lot of players that complement those three guys perfectly, and their games complement them perfectly. So, you know, the Knicks have assembled this roster well. It's not just getting the talent. It's getting the talent to fit together like a puzzle, and you're seeing how this roster was constructed. It was constructed brilliantly, and whenever guys need to step up and play well, they have, and that's a good sign for this team moving forward throughout the course of the season, playoffs, and then some.
All right, Wally, so the Knicks score 116 points, and Jalen Brunson scores 18. This is how good he's been this year. 18 is the second fewest points he scored a game all year. His season low 16. 18 tonight.
Yep. You know, he had some big moments in the first quarter to help extend that 24-point lead. But this team, you know, did a good job on him. And I think Jalen did a good job of being a point guard, a true natural point guard. He didn't force the shots. He noticed the Raptors were loading up on him a little bit defensively. And with Josh Hart stepping up and shooting 7 threes and making 4, that makes Jalen's job a lot easier, because he doesn't have to go against double teams and look to score one-on-one as much. He can look to make the easy play and get his buddy his shots.
Bit of an off shooting night for the Knicks captain, but 6 rebounds and 7 assists in his 34 minutes. We continue now from the Corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Next up for the Knicks on the road at Boston. 7:30 pregame, game at 8. Remember, in Game 2 this year, the Knicks beat the Celtics 105-95. As always, Mike Brown's postgame comments presented by Chase.
You know, one of the things we talk about to our guys is just trying to be physical defensively. And I thought to start the game we were, and then it kind of tailed off a little bit. But in the second half, our guys were really, really good being physical while trying to guard the basketball, while trying to also keep them off the glass. And, you know, our physicality defensively, you know, this team can score a lot of points, especially in transition, and they move well in the half court. But, you know, to hold a group like this to 94 points, speaks a lot about us defensively tonight. You're not going to do this to the Raptors night in and night out. And so our physicality without fouling while getting back in transition was huge for us. They had 2 fast break points in the fourth quarter. We also did a great job getting after 50-50 balls. There were 9 50-50 balls, and we came up with all 9 of them. Our defensive player of the game was Mitch. He took a charge, and he got a 50-50 ball himself, and his minutes were really impactful for the 16 minutes and 46 seconds he was on the floor. But at the end of the day, our team does a fantastic job on the offensive glass. And, for us to have 25 offensive rebounds, Mitch had 7, Josh had 5, and then, all of our guards, Mikhail with 2, Deuce with 2, Jalen with 2. And that's beautiful to see, the 25 offensive rebounds for the 22 second chance points. That's who we are, and we have to continue attacking the glass relentlessly so we can get second opportunities, because it turns into points, a lot of points for us.
Mikhail specifically did a good job, I think, on Ingram. Just what gave him that success?
Again, it's hard to. It's guys like Ingram and Scotty Barnes. It's really hard to kind of quote unquote shut them off. And for us, we always talk about it's 5 guys guarding the basketball, and Mikhail was at the point of attack against Ingram, and he did a hell of a job. But I thought our shifts were really good. Our weak side was really good, and even our ability to rear view challenge shots at times was pretty good. So Mikhail gets a lot of credit, but I thought our team defense, which you need to have against great players like Ingram and Barnes, and quickly, I thought our team defense was pretty good.
What did you like about how the way Deuce started the game tonight? And
About
over
who?
the past Deuce McBride, and over the past few games since he started, since he's kind of taken on the starting role.
Yeah, he just brings a level of physicality to the table that is really irreplaceable when it comes to guarding the ball, especially when it comes to guys that receive a lot of pick and rolls. His ability to get up into the ball and pressure the basketball and get over screens and pick and roll situations while getting back in front of the ball is second to none. I'm not comparing the 2 players, but he reminds me of Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell's one of the best, if not the best, guard that I've seen doing that, and Deuce has similar abilities when it comes to guarding the basketball, especially in the pick and roll, like I said. And then when the guy can shoot, I mean, he's been doing that his whole career here, and our guys did a great job of finding him. We did a great job spacing the floor, and he had a lot of wide open catch and shoot shots to start the game, and he just did what he's more than capable of doing. But he was big for us, throughout the course of the game.
Josh affects the game in so many different ways. You've talked about learning how to use him, better and better. You think in bigger workloads, that impact almost is felt greater?
He's what? I'm sorry.
It's felt, in a bigger way.
Yeah.
Right? You think in bigger workloads, can you feel his impact more and more?
Oh, for sure. And I've said this quite a bit. Especially our first 3 losses. I'll take the hit on that. But as we've been around each other, and the tough part was, I'll even back it up further. He didn't really play in the preseason, and he didn't even really practice in the preseason. So for me, I was behind the 8 ball with really trying to figure out how to incorporate him with what we're trying to do. And it just took time, and he was extremely patient with the process. We have a standard, and that's that contract that everybody signed, and it's about sacrifice, connectivity, competitive spirit, but then a belief in each other, but more just as much as that, a belief in the process. And Josh was huge on 2 of those things. His sacrifice was unbelievable, because when I took him out, he just sat. When I called his number, he went out and played. But more importantly, his belief in the process, even if he thought I was wrong, was awesome. And when you're a leader, you have to show that or embrace those types of things more than everybody else, because you got to set the example. And if somebody steps out of the realm of what our standard is, because you did it as a leader, now you can tell them, hey, come back over here, because we all got to do this. I had to go through it. You may have to go through it. This guy may have to go through it. So he's a special player, but he's also a great human being to be around.
With the work.
Lots of praise there for Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and the Knicks. Won 4 in a row. They're now, yeah, Leslie Jones loves that. There you go. Knicks win it, 116-94.
The Knicks postgame show is presented by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer today.
22 points, 8 rebounds for Cat, and the Knicks win tonight. Here's Karl Anthony Towns after the game with Alan Hahn.
Let's begin with rebounding, especially in the second half. It was a plus 17 for you guys on the boards in the second half of this game. Was there a change at halftime in mindset, or was it just simply just going after the boards like you guys normally do?
Yeah, I think like you said, the second part, it just did a great job of just going for the rebounds and getting those tough rebounds too. And I still think we had room for improvement, including myself. But we did a great job tonight of coming out here against a team that's really hot in the NBA and playing extremely well and finding a way to play Knicks basketball.
What are you finding with this team? Because it does seem like as we've gone on, we're almost to 20 games, the style of play offensively has started to change, and it almost feels a little bit more like last year's offense. Are we seeing a bit of not regression, that's the wrong word, returning to last season?
It's different, and you know, we still feel we're rough playing our offensive system and trying to figure it all out. So, you know, we're going to continue to get better every day. We're going to try to, you know, continue to get more and more comfortable with this. And, yeah, you know, as long as we can continue to learn while winning games, that's the most important thing.
Josh Hart and company, now 13-6. Emmanuel Quickly, the former Knick, had a good game with 19 points, but the Raptors got blown out. Stay with us. Wrapping up the Tri-State Audi Knicks postgame show. Next up for the Knicks in Boston to take on the Celtics on Tuesday. We got a pregame show at 7:30, tip-off at 8. You can also stream our coverage on the Gotham Sports App. Want more than just a postgame show? Link your eligible TV subscription to stream Knicks games free or subscribe today in the Gotham Sports App. Just go to gothamsports.tv to learn more.